What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. Doing some June readings for all the signs. I'm on the sign of Pisces. And as I'm shuffling, I see that some of you are going to be moving towards something that you want, but you're scared. And I think that for some of you, it might be the mother of your children. It might have been a toxic situation that you got to make a choice on, because some of you just want to equal give and take, maybe with your soulmate. But you got to put some work in to your future if that's what you want. You're kind of waiting, but this needs to be done too. You know what I'm saying? If you want the equal give and take, you have to put the work in instead of being defensive and walking away. Because there's a stable commitment here, but there's still some work that needs to be done to get there. Or maybe there's a lesson that needs to be learned and a cycle that needs to end, because I do think that some of you guys need to move on from something and release some energy and move forward. Maybe move, period. Bust a move. Because you love somebody, maybe a Gemini, or maybe you don't know that they love you, but there is a pretty strong bond here. And some of you might be having a baby, but there's growth and expansion that's going to come with this. It's definitely abundant, and I think that there's still some things that need to be cut out. You know, Queen of Swords, I think that there's either something you need to say or something you need to cut out so you can. Then you have the Knight of Swords. So there's going to be, maybe it's about changing the direction of this. Because I don't think you realize how much you love this person or how deep this was. And I don't think you realize that this is like, and as abundant as it is. And maybe this person finally, you know, opened up and told you how they feel. So that kind of moved you guys forward. The Eight of Pentacles, there's still got to be some time put into this, because some of you are still kind of in your feelings about old shit. Whoever is kind of feeling abandoned and like unloved, that's something that maybe this person's going to be telling you, that, you know, there's a reason why maybe things didn't move forward before, because some of you need to apologize to somebody. Some of you guys need to recover. Instead of internalizing everything, you need to heal, because somebody is pushing somebody out, and yet you still have someone waiting. Like, you're not moving forward because you're pushing people out and you're really stressed out, or this person is, or it's stressing this other person out. Causing some drama, and there might be some other people involved, but I think that that's what's causing the conflict, is because maybe one person feels like they're carrying everything, or maybe there's just stress in general in this situation, but there's still some things that you need to let go of. And I think that maybe talking about what's stressing you out and how you feel, instead of carrying it yourself, so you can move forward, because you know what you want. It's here. You want to move forward. You guys are moving forward, but at the same time, someone's still kind of not opening up about how they feel. Maybe you're just trying to balance some shit out. Maybe it's time to balance some shit out and, you know, offer this love to someone. You know, this Could be the mother of children, or just maybe this person has children, but someone who's really down to earth, someone who is really good, that whole domestic housewife thing. But at the same time, this person influences your life. And some of you are kind of holding back, I think, because you're trying to stabilize things, but that's what your focus is. And maybe you're trying to make this equal, but you still need to make a choice about something. Whether or not you want to, maybe it's just about having the clarity and knowing, maybe things, there's going to be some clarity with this. And then this new start's going to come in. Some of you guys are going to be making some money. Or maybe it's about spending time. Like maybe this person just wants you to spend the time on this relationship and with them so that it's equal. So that you guys can move forward. And instead of being self-defensive because you're trying to heal from some things, or walking away because you're healing, or you need to heal, or whatever, you're healing, but you're still being defensive. Maybe somebody did walk away because there was some things that they needed to deal with. And I honestly think that this Five of Cups is something from childhood. It's old, that one or both of you maybe needs to talk about and maybe needs to release it because you've been carrying it a long time. And I think that instead of shutting people out, you should talk about how you feel, because you guys are both in this. You guys are both waiting and, trying to move forward. You're trying to bring this forward. You guys have a decent relationship, It's a good relationship. It's got a lot of potential. It just needs some work. And you got to let go of some old shit, because someone left, someone was left. Someone maybe is afraid that someone's going to leave because maybe that happened to them before. But at the same time, you just might be withdrawing your feelings and focused on your money, and that's why people think that you don't care, and maybe that's why you're withdrawing. Because there was some kind of ending, but maybe it's the time to end all these thoughts and shit that you have in your head. Whatever's causing this depression and anxiety and feeling like you were left out, or you're going to be left out, or worrying about money. The Wheel of Fortune is going to spin, and I think you guys are on the right path, and there's going to be progress in this. Some of you are moving forward with your twin. Someone you care a lot about. This is partnership, but I think that's what you need to remember is in a partnership, you can't shut people out, and you can't be walking around with all this stress and not ask for help and carry all these burdens, because there's someone else in this too, and maybe they don't know how you feel. Because of fear, because of maybe there was an abusive relationship in the past, maybe there's toxic thoughts, and that comes with jealousy and anger and selfishness and just overall dysfunction. Speaking your truth. Someone wants to talk about this. Someone needs to talk about this, because there could be, sometimes when you're too obsessed about money, that can be an addiction too. And I think that there's some things that you guys need to move away from, and maybe someone is really disconnected, so maybe moving out of that, because I don't think that you want to feel those feelings of loss and regret and being abandoned anymore, so you're just you just shut down, you just disconnected. And even though you're stable, you still need to move past that so you can grow and you can let it go, release it, because this is where you're stuck, and it's affecting your mental health. This is what's causing the anxiety and the depression and the worry and the fear and the grief. And some of you do need to go get some help. And I'm not trying to be a bitch, but y'all, somebody needs some help. You gotta take care of yourself, and your mind is a dangerous place. And you gotta think, your mind is where you manifest everything in your life. Some of you maybe had a broken family. Maybe someone that you thought was gonna make you happy ended up just shattering all of your emotions and how you felt about love and being with someone, and you still haven't let those feelings go because it hurts. Because your idea of happiness was shattered, and you don't know what that could be with someone else, because the idea that you have of it is a fucked up one from the past. There's a stable ground here, but I feel like there's still a lesson that needs to be learned in this. And some of you are stuck in your head, and I think you're trying to ground yourself and focusing on money, but you still have a lot of shit in your head, and you're keeping yourself in your head because of someone from your past that betrayed you. This is still coming up. Friend, family, whatever, whoever betrayed you, someone meant a lot to you and they betrayed you. And that's what's causing your mental health problems. This cycle's got to end. You got to figure out a way to release this. Something was done behind your back, and I think that's so stuck in your head that that's what's going to happen again. And that old energy needs to go so that you guys can move forward and be emotionally balanced and, be at your highest level, because I think that you already know, you know what I mean? And I think that there were some commitment issues with the person that they were with before, or maybe that's an issue that there was before, but you guys know what you want, but you're focusing on yourself and your money and not really talking or making any kind of decision. And I feel like you guys are moving forward, but it's just really slow. But you're not telling this other person anything, how much that this is a wish come true. This is like, good health, material abundance. This is a good thing, but there's some other shit y'all gotta do, and you need to work with the other person that you're with. You don't have to do everything yourself, or just spend days in your head and no one even knows because y'all don't fucking talk. That's gotta end. Let that old shit go and come back better. Manifest the right shit into your life and stop being so fucking stuck in your ways. And pay attention to who you're around. And, communicate or listen to your guides. There might be kids involved that are causing some drama. There's a cycle that's got to go. So you guys can be balanced and have this new start in something new. Because this is what makes you happy. And there's some shit that's got to go so that you guys can move into something new. But you're not making a decision about that. Someone, it's about trusting your intuition. You do have someone that's nurturing and healing and supportive around you. But I think that you're pushing them away because you're trying to figure out things for yourself, even though you guys have this solid ground here. This is stable, and it's but for some reason someone's retreating, someone's spending a lot of time in solitude trying to recover. But I think that things need to be evened out. When you're in a partnership, you got to even it out, and that's probably what this other person wants, because this is who you want, this is who you're attracted to. This is where this new love offer is. But you're not really talking about how you feel. That this is a stable ground. Maybe that's what you're worried about. Try something new. Try a new approach to this, because you know what you want, but it's about moving forward into that and putting the time in and getting past some old shit. You thought long enough. It's time to move forward and make that plan. Instead of having all these mixed feelings and holding on to old heartbreak from a divorce or some type of loss, this is where your depression is. And this is what's fucking up. I'm not saying that it's fucking up your relationship because you guys have a good one, but this is what's causing your problems. You got to get past some things so you can look towards your future. And everybody has stuff that they hold on to, but if you bring that into the new relationship, then it's just not going to be beneficial for anybody. I think some of you weren't treated very well, and there's a lot of damage, but it's mostly to your mental health and how you're seeing things and how you see other people around you, where it's to the point where you don't want to let people in because whoever you let in fucked you up. But you don't have to be like that, because there's going to be people in your life that are supportive and they want to know what's going on inside your head and they want to help. And some of you guys do need to get help. Take care of your health. Take care of your mental health. It's important, because I think that once you can get rid of some of this stuff, then you'll be able to think more clear. And I think that just knowing that letting someone else come in and help that wants to is going to help heal those old insecurities about the person that didn't. Because someone is supportive of you, you know, someone is a really good friend, and you do have a circle of support. And there needs to be an end to, you know, there was something that hurt you a lot. Someone stabbed you in the back. But the 10's the end of this. I think that you know who you want and what you want to do, but because of whatever happened before, some of you are scared to offer commitment in the same way you did in the past. And that's just making you come across as really immature with how you express your emotions, because you don't know how. Because in the past, maybe you had to talk to someone a certain way, or that's how they talk to you. So now when you have someone new, you can't communicate without coming off really immature. And, you know, I think that there was a lesson that needs to be learned in this, and I think that it's time to do the right thing and balance your emotions out, because holding on to depression or just dealing with depression and all that negativity and that sadness, and it's every day, it's not good. You guys have someone who wants to put the time in with you, someone who wants you to spend time with them, who wants in. And I mean, for some of you, it's a lot of money. Boom. But I think that some of you are still confused about which way that you want to go. There's like no sense of direction, because you're just not really sure what you want anymore. Because your emotions are fucked up. And you're trying to balance some things, but there's some blocks in the way because of the stuff that when you put a lot of time into someone and then you had this breakup and this person was sleeping around, or they just weren't happy, or maybe this was you. That's what's causing the blocks in your life. And honestly, I think it's kind of affecting your money as well. Some of you are so afraid to change, but you don't realize that the shit that you're holding on to is not making it any better. I think that you guys need to let someone in and, you know, come up with... Stop being so stuck in your ways. Because obviously if the old ways worked, there wouldn't be all these issues, because it's causing the financial failure now. It's causing the conflicts and the loneliness. It's causing you to be stuck and still waiting to move forward, because the old things haven't been removed. So you guys just keep going by yourself and shutting down, even though there's someone who wants to start this new leap of faith. You have to go in and cut the ties with some things instead of carrying everything yourself. You know, you guys are focused on your money, all well and good, but at the same time, you're just internalizing all the grief that you've been through. And I think that you're waiting for an apology and you're trying to recover and heal, but sometimes it's about accepting the apology that you're not going to get, and understanding that a lot of fucked up people are in this world, and it's their issue with themselves, and they take it out on the people that's around them, because that's how fucked up they are. So you might not get an apology, but you can't keep holding on to this all this grief and holding back from the people that you're around, because there's victory when you make a decision to move forward. And that's what's causing like things to stall out and not knowing which way to go, because you guys need to make that call about your life and have the clarity, make that decision about what you want to do. Let some old things go, you know, especially all this loss, regret, grief, all that stuff that you're holding on to. You got to make the decision to let it go, so you can manifest things into your life. And you know, change the way you come back into people's lives. Change the way you think about your emotions. I think someone wants to come back after something happened. There might be someone that's trying to come back, maybe from your past. I think for some of you and it's going to be balanced this time. But for a lot of you, there's just no sense of direction. And some of you are emotionally balanced, but you're really not expressing that to anyone. And I think some of you need to talk to someone and come up with a plan and execute it, and use logic. Because I think there's always been arguments and someone leaving, and then you're kind of stuck for a while, but then you go into this mode where you always feel like a victim because you've been betrayed. And that's why your emotions are really immature, and how you communicate with other people is because there's some things that you haven't processed, and that's why your mental health needs some work, because you're avoiding the change, but in reality, the things that you think, like, you know, working on your money, you think that's going to bring you peace and fulfillment and satisfaction, and maybe that's true, but there's some other shit you got to deal with too. Maybe there was something that happened where there was a bad choice made, and it's causing a lot of depression. Something wasn't fair. Someone didn't take accountability for something, and then there were some fights and people, but you need to move on from that and start something new that you want to do, whatever you're passionate about. Everybody's reading this month has been about releasing old things that are holding you back, and it's the universe's way of showing you what you need to let go of. Everybody has to transition at one point. You have to eliminate some shit. Otherwise, how is good stuff supposed to come in? It doesn't make it okay, because if you're a child and you don't feel loved, that does fuck you up later on in life. But at the same time, you can't let it hold you back from what your life could become. Because you do have someone that's really supportive and that loves you and accepts you and is your other half. It says engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Oh shit. And then religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Everybody's brought up a different way, and I think that's what forms how we think about things. And it's not going to be the same as everybody else. And you got to meet people where they're at sometimes. There's a lot of passion. I knew that, you nasties. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Anyways, I hope this helps you out. Have a good day.